Harry, Harry, this is Lord Potato. This is a what if Naruto was a half god slash demon slash death. So, you're wondering, what the fuck is this what if? Because I know some people are just gonna be like, what the fuck? Well, this is basically in the same title, this whatever his name is. I mean, not that. What am I talking about? No. Well, it already says in the title, so I mean, you should probably already know. Also, I really do like this, how I did this because this is because I like the glow of the red eye over here. And I just put a shotgun there, but yeah, for fuck's sakes. So Naruto, He is born into the family of Minato, Namikaze, and Kushina Uzumaki, with two other siblings. Now, one is a boy named no way. One is a girl named Mento, and the other one is named Narui. Mento Narui. I know some people are be like, wait, why the fuck you call them that? Or Narky. I don't know what the fuck you call them. No. Damn, I'm gonna change that stuff. It's a boy and a girl. One older is named Menma, and the youngest is named Mento Narui. I don't give a shit that much no more. Mento Narui. So Naruto is born as the middle child. Now, Minato Namikaze neglects Naruto, and he loves both his children, both Menma and what's it called? Menma and Mento. Now, Naruto, on the other hand, he does not like him at all. Kushina, on the other hand, loves Naruto, and all three were children. But Minato does not like Naruto at all. So, Naruto, as being the second child of the whole Namikaze family, he is kind of neglected by his father. Well, not kind of, I mean neglected by his father, but never neglected by his mother. Now, we start with the whole, well, I kind of skipped the whole Nine Tails. But the Nine Tails is split into two people only, Menma and Mento. Now, Mento has the good half, while Menma has the bad half, the one that doesn't want to help anyone. Now, Naruto, he has none. Well, he actually does have. He only has just like this 10% of the Nine Tails. It's between both the good half and bad half. Like, yeah, it was just sort of just steal into him. He only has like 10%, which that's only good for like one tail cloak. Which I know some people are gonna be asking, why don't you just give him the full Nine Tails? Why that? Why that? And this and that. Well, you see here, it's unneeded. So, Naruto, he is actually one day he is 4 years old. Also, I should mention that Danzo was the one to tell everyone that Naruto had the Nine Tails, which Minato told Danzo that Naruto had the Nine Tails, which I was a lie. He only has 10%, while Narui and Menma has both 45 and 45%, and yeah. Kushina had like that was slight, like 0.0001% because she needed to survive. But Naruto has just 10%. So of course he was getting chased around the village because his father neglected him, but his mother can't really do anything to actually stop him from ever attacking Naruto. So, while some Anbus would actually because these Anbus were actually people that were hired by the four Hokage, Minato and Namikaze, to distract Kushina to actually kill Naruto. Because he doesn't like Naruto at all. Naruto is about to die because those Anbus were there just to distract Kushina so she wouldn't go after the villagers. And then those villagers managed to corner Naruto into an alleyway. I should also mention that Naruto's only 5 years old, hasn't even went to the academy, so he has no chakra control. Kushina tried to teach him, but she refused because She doesn't want her baby boy to go into ninja academy and then die or something. But she doesn't know what to do. Now, Naruto is about a... Well, I mean, there was a sword plunged into his heart. A sword just plunged into his heart. One of the Chunin... There was Chunins, Genins, village citizens, and even one Jonin. One Jonin was just looking, just in case Kushina comes. They have to get out of the way. But one of the Chunins managed to plunge a sword straight into Naruto's heart, saying, "Die, demon!" Now Naruto is like, why does everyone hate me? And he's falling down into a... Well, he closed his eyes after getting plunged the sword to the heart. Now he's falling. He feels like he's falling, but his eyes are closed. And everyone is laughing and all that, like, yeah, demon dead. Naruto, sort of like, how should I say? He's sort of like everything around him is all black, and he's like falling down. And then he just landed onto somewhere. Everything was black, which confused him a lot. But he couldn't see anything, and he couldn't see... Yeah, he just couldn't see anything. Everything was black. Until 3 people showed up. One from the light. Everything around him kind of turned blue on one side. And the other side, everything sort of turned red. And sort of just turned red. And in the middle, it turned black and white. From black to like white, but then just continue turning black and white. Which these 3 people, one had a scar on his face, sort of. He sort of had a not a scar, but it mostly looked like the Shinigami. Had sort of a hood, had a knife, so of course he was meeting the Shinigami. But really, the Shinigami's a lower ranker to the one who's actually deaf. Shinigami's the one that gets summoned to the mortal world because he has a contract. But he's not truly the deaf god. They call him the deaf god, but he's sort of a lower ranker to the true deaf god. Now this true deaf god comes and the Shinigami leaves. Because the Shinigami knew death was around him. The true death god. So death kinda looks at Naruto with the scythe he has. Shinigami leaves. But there's another person in the light side where it's sort of blue and peaceful. A god comes down, kinda just going down from the steps. He has sort of very light crystal blue eyes, a beard, and a sort of robe. He has white hair and sort of a white crown appearing. He sort of has wings. He has 6 wings in total. 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. This god comes down. This is the god of heaven. And he comes down and just stands there looking at Naruto. And then there's another one coming up. A demon, should I mention, is called the devil. Wait. The devil comes up. He has horns. 6 demon wings in total. 3 on both sides. A tail that just kind of moves around. He sort of has a suit on him, like full on tuxedo. Just deck that fuck out. He kind of gets up from the stairs, and he sort of has this similar smile to what was this fucking called? Fuck, I haven't read Black Clover in a while. Fuck, sorry. But yeah, he has a similar smile to him. And they all look at Naruto. Naruto, on the other hand, just stares at them, confused, and then asks, "Who are you people?" The first person that I mentioned is Death. My name is Death, the true god of death. The Shinigami is nothing but just a lower peasant of mine. Well, a lower ranker death god. He's just someone who actually helps me. Just an apprentice, if you like to call it like that. Then God from heaven says, my name is... Now, I don't know that many gods, but I'm going to just say this god is sort of similar to Zeus. But I know Zeus is the god of lightning, so yeah. I'm not going to say Jesus because I know that's just a god from the Christians. I don't fucking remember. I don't believe in that much religion shit. But I'm gonna say this god, his name is Jorgono, whatever. The god of light. My name is Jorgono. If you're wondering how you spell that, I have no fucking clue. I just thought of it in my head. Really fucking fast. And he says, I am the god of light and heaven. I created the heaven realm and all that. And Naruto says, nice to meet you, Jorgono. And then, on the other side, the red demon person, he says, my name is Lucifer. I know Lucifer is the person that's down and all that, the devil and all that. So yeah, Lucifer. He says, I am Lucifer. Nice to meet you, kid. And then Naruto says, well, my name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. And they all look at him and say, we know. We're actually here to choose. Well, we actually chose you to be having half of our powers. But it seems like you died a little too fast in the mortal world. We will send you back to the mortal world with more power. Each of our powers into you, kid. We only put a little fragment to see how much that would do in the mortal world, but it looks like it didn't do much because people kill a dude in an instant. Because there's some kind of nine-tailed beast. And one of the gods, Lucifer, said, it's because of that one mortal named Hagoromo Utsuki. And they look at him. How the hell do you know that? Lucifer says, I look at the mortal world more than you people do. 'Cause Joshin is one of my servants, well, not servants, one of the high-ranker demons, Joshin. And he does tell me some things about the mortal world and about how things work in there. So that's why I pay attention to him a lot. 'Cause of his cult of servants and all that. And they said, I see. And so, there's these creatures called the Nine-Tailed Bijus. They are put in human childs, and the human childs are sacrificed to become Chinchuriki. Which, it's completely stupid. They could just leave the creatures alone, but I guess humanity world doesn't let that happen. Death sees this. He's like, I see. That's an interesting way to think. But tell me more about this Hagoromo Utsuki. Then Lucifer continues. Hagoromo Utsuki. He is the son of Kage Utsuki, and his brother is Hagoromo? Like, no, Hamaro Utsuki. So, these Utsukis came from another world to go to Earth. Like the god of the first creation created multiple beings. These beings were created to just be another, but I guess they advanced to go destroy other worlds. I still don't know what these beings really want for this world, but I think they just want to destroy worlds. So I guess they wanted to destroy the Earth, but Kaguya had a different plan, and her two sons decided to steal her way into the moon. That's how much I know about her. Her powers and abilities are completely weaker than ours. God abilities? Pfft, what a joke. Like hell no. No Utsuki can ever match our powers. We're we're deities. We're gods. They're nothing but just weakling mortals. But I did manage to figure out some things from the Utsukis. Just like Joshin is an Utsuki but died because he made a cult to actually do his servants. He rather did that than actually being a Utsuki and all that. Now, if you're wondering, let me pause here. Oh, now, if you're wondering, why is Joshin and Utsuki just like the Wood of Naruto is the descendant of the Utsuki? I mean, Joshin the Utsuki? Which, yes, Joshin is sort of an Utsuki. Now, I don't really know. Well, I mean, did they ever tell about Naruto? Not Naruto. And Naruto. Joshin being a mortal or the Utsuki? Now, yes, in this one, he is only a high ranker teammate. So, yeah. Just wanted to mention that. Now, Naruto, on the other hand, he is just looking at them and learning more about Lucifer and the whole world of the mortal world. And then Lucifer continues. Hagoromo Utsuki is aka called the Sage of Sixth Path, which the mortal world thinks of him as the true god, which his powers is just nothing compared to us. The Sage of Sixth Path had two sons. One is named Endara Uchiha, and the other is named Ashura Senju. Now, the Senju bloodline with the Uchiha bloodline with the Uzumaki bloodlines are all just connected. It's a huge mess, but yeah. With the Hyuga clan, yes, there's another clan. It's just the brother of Hagoromo's. He went to the moon or something. There's another Utsuki in the moon, I guess, so that's how I can see it. But let me talk about the 9 Bijus, Lucifer said. The 9 Bijus are 1 tails, 2 tails, 3 tails, 4 tails, 5 tails, 6 tails, 7 tails, 8 tails, 9 tails, and 10 tails. The 10 tails is basically a split version of all, well, I mean, not a split version, I should say a fused version of all 9 tails that you see into one to be in the 10 tails. But God says, wouldn't that be a higher number than just 10 tails? No, I don't know what the fuck happened to that, but I don't care. But yeah, it's a fusion to make this 10-tail being. Now, as you mentioned, the 1 tails is in this. All these are into different villages. Now, the one that this boy has, Naruto Uzumaki. Now, they don't like the Namikaze because they see how Namikaze did to Naruto and all that, so they just call him Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto Uzumaki, this boy, he has 10% of that 10 tails. I mean, not 10 tails. 10% of the 9 tails. Now, he does have the yin and yang 9 tails. Yes, there's 2 versions of the 9 tails. While his 2 siblings, Mento and Menma, has 45% of the 9 tails. And his mother has 0.001% of the 9 tails. Only something to actually keep her alive. Ah, I see. And Jeff said, actually, there's someone that did use the Shinigami to steal the 9 tails, now that I remember. And Jeff, he brings out the Shinigami, and the Shinigami just says, yes, my lord. Jeff says, can I know who was the person that sealed that 9 tails into those 3 kids? Naruto Uzumaki, Menma Uzumaki Namikaze, and Mento Uzumaki Namikaze. And Shinigami says, ah, I do have it sold. You need it, my lord. Death said yes. And so the Shinigami pulls out the soul from his stomach and gives it to Death, to the true god. And Death says, he snapped his fingers, and there's Hiruzen. Hiruzen opens his eyes and looks around. He sees this boy with yellow hair. Well, Naruto does have yellow hair. And it looks just like Minato, and he says, Minato? And Death said, You are Hiruzen Sawatori, isn't that your name? Hiruzen turns around and sees Death, this strange man with Death. He's a bigger, like, he is big. Death is big. Same with God and Lucifer. They are big. They are like titans at least. But that's just a vision of the eyes. That's how they really look like. Just bigger than normal humans. And Hiruzen says, Who are you? Death says, My name is Death. I am the true God. You mortals might have actually got a contract with the Shinigami, my apprentice. And Hiruzen was shocked. Wait, are you saying that the Shinigami isn't the true god of death? And Death said, Of course not. He is not the true god. He's someone that helps me out with the whole immortal problem and deaths and all that. And so he says she's just shocked. And then he looks at one of the other gods, and it's Lucifer, this demon. And then he looks at him saying, Who are you? Lucifer says, My name is Lucifer, the devil. And then he looks at the other one and says, My name is Gorjul, the heaven of gods. The heaven god. And Hiruzen says, Then who is that boy? He points at Naruto. Death says, That is Naruto Uzumaki, which I would have said his last name Namikaze, but his father has actually treated him so bad that he actually told the villagers to kill him. That's why he is in this let me say that again, death realm. And Hiruzen is shocked. He's like, No, Minato would never tell the villagers to harm his sons, his children. That's what you're wrong. He only has 10% of the Naruto's. The 10% you seal into Naruto, while the other 2 has 45%. Minato Namikaze thought he would be a weakling, so he just thought of killing him off. And getting that last 10%, and split up into 5% into both children. That has the 45%. Now, Hiruzen was shocked. He's like, No, this is my fault. And then Death says, Don't be foolish, human. It would have never been your fault. The fault it is that man. A true desire for him to die. I would like to just kill him myself and go to the mortal world and kill him myself. But I can't. Instead, us gods will implant our powers into you, kid. They point at Naruto, and Naruto just says, Okay. Do I have to sign a contract or something? Now, even though Naruto's only 5 years old, he's an extremely genius. He knows a lot of things, but he never shows it off. And the gods were just laughing. Oh, contract, kid? No. We're giving you the powers to see how far you'll go in the mortal world. To see how power can help you out in the mortal world. You can save the world, you can destroy the world. We don't really care. You can make everyone a slave. We don't really care what you do with the power. Just remember, kid, if you feel a presence coming into your world, and it's none of us, because we gods cannot really go into the mortal world. The only person that can truly have the similar power to a god and can easily go into a mortal world is called a god slayer. A god slayer always just sees the corrupt gods. Now, there was multiple corrupt gods versus one god slayer. A god slayer just rips through 50 corrupt gods and wasn't even harmed. There's rankings of god slayers. There's those lower tier god slayers which can barely even hurt that many gods if you're a higher tier. God slayers that just can actually beat the god of creation pretty easily. Yeah, those are very powerful god slayers. which I recommend to you. If you ever meet a God Slayer, don't fight him. And also, if that God Slayer is just there to see how you're doing and not actually being corrupt with the power he won't end your life. Now, kid, God Slayers are very powerful. You should not fight them. Get it? And Naruto nodded and said yes. And then the gods, okay. So, the Death of God just put his hand out. His left hand out. Lucifer put his right hand out. And then the God of light, heaven, Gorgon, put his left hand out also onto both Lucifer and Death. Because yes, it was like a hand together. And then Death God says, come on Naruto, put your hand onto ours so we can give you the power. Her reason was still there, just amazed on Naruto getting the powers of 3 different gods. Now, when all that happened, Naruto kinda just like, he felt this rush of power from both the God of Light, Devil Lucifer, and God of Death, the true God of Death. So when Naruto, with all that happening, Naruto just said, whoa, what is this power feeling? Now the God of Death said, this is the power what you're gonna have. You will probably be immortal, but we don't know if that will happen. We will now be able to send you the mortal world back again. Now, you probably will have to be training with these abilities. And then the God of Light and then Lucifer kind of looked at the kid and says, before you leave, I want to give you something. The Lucifer gonna give him a katana, a red katana, this katana right here. And then the God of Light gave him a blue katana. While the God of Death gave him a black scythe. Now, these weapons aren't any normal weapons. They have special abilities. Remember that, kid. And if anyone comes anywhere near, you can easily kill them. Also, I want to give you something. Before you leave, before I send you back to the immortal world, here you go. He puts a seal, like he sort of knows a little bit of sealing, God of Death, but puts it right on Naruto's hand, like his arm, and it's a seal to summon the Shinigami without doing the sealings. The Shinigami says, my lord, do I have to look out the kid? Yes, the seal right here. Anytime he activates it, it's when you come. Now you don't need to take over his soul, but he will probably need you in battle. Remember that, kid. Don't abuse that power, okay? And Naruto nodded. And then Lucifer said, before you go, well, you can go, but you will have a very strange abilities. In your right eye, it will be red, like mine. But I wanted to change a little bit. Those Sharingans that I saw from the Uchihas look cool, but your Sharingan will be black and red, but switch around. And then the God of Light said, you will have my eyes. They are very good. And God of Death said, you will have a very third eye, I should also mention. This third eye will allow you to be more powerful than even the Utsutsuki can deal with you. Now go, kid. Go back to your mortal world. So Naruto wakes up. Now he was in a coffin. He was buried alive, okay? It kinda Naruto, after he got plunged with the heart, Kushina was sad. Minato was just there consoling her, just saying, yeah. And there you go, Kushina. But he was happy inside Minato when he saw Naruto died. Menma was also happy. Mento was sad. And all them. Everyone left. Now, Naruto was actually buried in the forest. Like, he was not buried over there where everyone else at, because no one to be buried next to them and all that. Now, the strangest thing happened is when they tried to extract the Nine Tails from Naruto, they couldn't because the Nine Tails wasn't there. Because when the Nine Tails was actually gonna go out and actually be free, he was actually taken out of Naruto. The God of Death actually managed to take the true God of Death, not the Shinigami, managed to take the Nine Tails, and before anyone can extract them. And the God of Death did tell the Nine Tails all about this information. He was sort of like in the corner, but he still feel alive and all that. It's just no one could extract him from Naruto, because the God of Death put a seal on him real fast, so no one can extract him. Now, when that was happening, Naruto was buried alive, and then the Nine Tails was broken out of the seal. The God of Death said, "Here's this Nine Tails. I should also get rid of that." Let me say that again. I fucked up with the wording. I should also get rid of this cage. He just sort of just used a scythe, slashed the cage, and it broke. The Nine Tails was free. And then he looked at the God of Death, and then said, "So you're a true God." Okay. The God of Death looked at him and said, "Help this boy out. Now I should be leaving now, Naruto. Good luck on your journey." Disappears into ashes. Now Naruto wakes up and he feels like, what the hell am I? Nine Tails uses his sensory because yeah, he's a good sensory. And he senses, it looks like you're buried underground. Naruto saying, he punches the, well, he couldn't punch because it was like, he was buried underground, it was sort of tight. And when Naruto saw this, he was like, damn, how the hell do I get out? And Naruto just said, he activated his dojutsu from his Lucifer side, and it was a Sharingan. It kind of morphed into an EMS real fast. Even though I know people are gonna ask me, why don't you just like kill someone and blah blah blah? That's how you get the EMS. Blah blah blah. No, this is basically Lucifer's dojutsu. Well, sort of made dojutsu from his own eye into like a Sharingan. So Naruto actually made us Susanoo, broke through the whole bury alive thing, and he was out of that whole crater thing. Now he was out, chakra around him, he actually absorbed it in real fast, which everything around him kind of died. He was sort of having the third eye activated, so he was absorbing chakra really fast. And the Naruto says, close both of your eyes and start putting chakra into your eyes. So when he does that, it goes back to normal. Now, also, I fucked that up. Now, I should also mention that when Naruto turns back his eyes to just regular eyes, the one that was like the Sharingan red and all in black is just red and black, and the other one is blue. So it's back to normal, but one is red, one is blue. Now, Naruto, he is out of that place, and he just says, wait, what happened here? Now, Naruto woke up, of course, it was like 3 months after his death, so yeah. Naruto looks around and just sees nothing. He kind of killed a bunch of things, but that doesn't matter to him. He says, I'm 5 years old. I should train. And when I train, I can get stronger abilities. I will come back to you, Leaf Village, but not now. So yes, this is where Naruto is going to train for a while. I don't know why I said a little bit. I meant a while. And this is where I'm going to leave it off. I will think what I want to do next. But yes, I will now go. Have a nice potato day, potato night, potato sleep, and potato.